Say less. Ooh. That means say more. Whoa. That was creepy. Whoa. Speed up. Oh. So now he went somewhere else. Because I was noticing today, yesterday was a couple of days ago. I was doing my job. They pulled up on the side. I pulled out real quick like I dropped my... What did you just say? Like I just dropped out. No, what'd you just say? No, I pulled up on the side. And you jumped out and did what? Popped up the window like I dropped out the K.
Change out. Profesional 80 series.
That's what I felt like. And then they drove by and then they was calm and they looked like, oh, yeah, I saw you 2 blocks down. I'm at work though. We ain't playing no more. Where'd that come from? All that went down and happened so fast, just 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Ohm's law.
That's my silence to the ones, respect to the ones that. To the ones.
Presses down on this. Actuator presses the switch and completes the circuit.
Now let's begin.
Side of the ground.
Let's have fun. What fun? That was not cool. What you talking about? Now I went in there to do what I had to do. What my do is, what's your do? I told you before. I do what I do, you do you, I do me. Let me do me when I do me. When I'm not around you, then you do you, all you. It's all you, but not when I'm around, it's me. Or I wouldn't be around you. That makes sense? Basically, I'm recording to understand a better situation. Now they recording to record me, recording. Now I noticed them recording me, them being 2. One behind me still, and the other one right beside me. Adjacent, what would you call it? Parallel. At a 90-degree angle. Where a camera on a laptop sitting at a table looking right at me, rolling action, while I'm recording, understanding my channel, understanding DIY. Who knows who Don Villa is? Don Villa is, I think I said his name, by now I'm messing it all up. But anyway, the argument he tried to put together was a smoke screen and a fuss. But at the same time, I was like, fine, this is what we're going to do. We're in 2022. Fine, this is what it is. You want to know information? I got it. I get it. I got it. I get it. Not a handyman, and we're not dropping down to that understanding. We sharing information by YouTube is the understanding. That's all you get. That's the understanding. Don't smoke screen me to play with a head game of a master. Sharpening the blades of understanding and psychology. Loving the frustration of simple frustration from a bark even. Now I'm there doing a business contracted under contraction of contract. Now that meant I could have denied the understanding of you understand how understanding I can be with the understanding that there's a brain looking at you. The eye and the brain with the wrench too. We both watching each other, sharpen each other. Supposed to. I got a job to do. Now you see the simple argument your ego can play head games when I understood that we're going to just play this out. Now one of these are going to have to take care of the situation, which you got two situations, an appliance of an appliance. Using one to play games with, and the other one is natural repair. How'd you figure out that I do this, and why you want to understand multiple tasks? Not wasting my time because I got other things to do. To you, it was a nice show, and I'm sure you edited it really nice. I hope it gave you really good views, because right about now, you guys are catching on that you need multiple channels of interesting content. And I'm very interesting, I'm sure I am. As I understood, you was recording me as I was recording myself, which is really strange, but you get used to it. And your personality does begin to blossom. But at the same time, you understand right and wrong. Now, that's not right for you to use me to get information and then don't want to pay me, if you can. Civil law still is civil rights, so understanding of a certain amount is a legal tender of an agreement, still by law of a handshake, or even an agreement of a word. We still have that in law, an agreement. It's called the pursuit of happiness under the Constitution. That is where we're at now. No harm, no foul. But understand this though, it was still interesting. I still had the upper hand, and I was still saying, let's have fun. You have the brain, I have the eyes. Let's see what we both know. The wrench says, if you don't have the part, no use talking about it because it's discontinued. It took a moment for us both to get to that moment that we both said, okay. I'm like, well, there's still a tender of $45 while we had an experience of a moment of a duel. Because I told you, this is a complaint that cannot be proven, what we call a ghost chase of a complaint. It's a ghost chase. Only you are around when it happens. No one else knows what you're talking about. But it's only consistent for a person to keep calling you back, to eventually tire you out and frustrate you, and you end up giving them their money back. That's 1970, 72 to be exact. There were those kind of people out there. But see, that's why they had a minimum amount flat labor. That's where that came from. So it didn't matter how long it took. So they came up with that as a counter. And so we dueled it out. And that was gonna be his punch. To frustrate you. To get his money back. But I figured one thing he didn't know was this. I'm pretty good at this too. And so I enjoyed that myself. See, I led a bunch of men in the engagement of appliances to the level of excellence from out of 8 in the nation, they were number 6. When I was welcomed to the table of juggernauts of Sears, I said 8 and 6. We're only one less from the bottom. What's the point? Whoa, that don't sit well with me. Second to no one. Oh, excuse me, I didn't mean to flash like that. So therefore, interesting. We never won a nation in 8 months. So, as I was saying, I was enjoying myself too.
Quick wash.
The bottom line is the information is that the electronic DUV era has come to a run that's done and through. Once you can't get parts for these electronic components, these devices, they can't be repaired. So there's no more use even attempting an argument. Let you sit there for a moment and let you sit there for a second.
What do you think?
Let you hear the conversation on loudspeaker so you'll get it. And that's the enjoyment right there. That is the, not torture, but the moment, that spark of light of, I get it. Oh yeah, you get it. So what was all that other stuff was about? So now you got to be account for all the other stuff up to that point. Can you? Honestly, can you? Can you admit you was wrong? That's the question. If you can admit you was wrong, you got a chance. Because if you can't see that there's nothing that can be done from an argument, it would have took less than, I figure, this is Sunday. By Tuesday, you would have had diagnosed return cash money. That's what would have happened. You would have gotten other services to keep from giving you the money, or you would have gotten additional other discounts on top of whatever warranties you gotten for services rendered. You would have won with something. And it would have just went on and on and on and on. And that is what you're built for. Kind of like a sit-down squatter. You know, one of those peace, love, rattleless during the Vietnam War type people who can sit things out when they be in silent combat. You know, them type of people. When you don't be knowing that they like that, and you don't be knowing it don't be fair. And they made it through life, probably suing everybody, looking for loopholes. Them type of people. I ran through a servicing center, teaching guys how to efficiently battle intelligently based off of words. What he say, what I say. What he said, what I said. Finally, listen to what the appliance said. And eventually you get to shut their mouths. And that's the hardest thing. But as you see how much I enjoy the enjoyment of the talking even of it, those are the nostalgia moments that we enjoy so much. Sharpening of that is still there. But that's for these people who got gray hairs. These other people around us younger than us, they don't care. The bottom line is that part is not available. Now what do you have to say, you nutty buddy? You crazy person?
This would be considered
the one who stopped someone who's darker than you from having a good life like you. Matter of fact, how many did you send to prison? Because we was making money. We was making money.
So that's what protects the customer.
We was making money in the stock market by sending people to prison, living well in the yachts and on the waterfronts, private real estate companies.
But as of right now,
Them people, we those people, still trying to get an edge of stealing money from other people who are not as educated as you are in the art and the form of policies and how many times you have to come to a person's home before you have to give them their money back. Called a complaint satisfaction. You get only one chance with me.
Process of elimination would say that there's been a food
But
particle
that
object in
ended
the drain line
on a phone call that I let you listen to called the parts information. And you sat there and the light turned on, you were like, the part's not available. Oh, you get it. And was still wanting to argue. Then it took him another 2 seconds to realize there's nothing that can be done. So yes, those ways of doing people is over. You're exposed. I told you, the mask, without a mask, you're still wearing a mask. You still think you're wearing a mask. No, you are exposed. So that's why in the video you see a mask on the floor with the appliances. I've never been masked or unmasked. I've been the same. I understand a mask over your face kills your oxygen to your brain, restricts a lot of brain flow, that your brain converts oxygen into electricity, which jams you up. And the older you get, the more oxygen you need. Why do you think they be running around here on oxygen tanks? By that time, your motor skills are all jacked up because now your electrical motor, electrical pulses, electrical nervous pulses, nervous field. How many medicines they got you on? Compounds that disrupts your neurons on a molecular level. That will tell me that science and physics. Most probable cause. Yeah. Causing an error. And then you need oxygen still to breathe. Manual pump out. People are suffering medically. According to Google. Now we living pretty good over here. Pump out. And you fighting people for a little bit of change. And so it stands to reason not me. That part is not available, but I still told you the diagnosis will apply. Because you had the thing running, didn't give me a chance to say, what's going on? Normally it's not even on. When I said that too. But we'll let this run while I work on your other one that needs repair. And I'll come back and fix that while you think of a way to get half price on that. But we already got it written down because you changed out one check and you gave me another check. See, these are all the little imperfections I be seeing. Imperfections. It's called dishonesties. You gave me one check. Because we understand that the credit card is a question, big question mark right now. And I said the safest tender, denomination, money, whatever you want to call it, okay? Currency. The safest currency of exchange of money right now is cash or checks. Everyone knows that electronics is compromised. DUV, okay, EUV, all that good jazz. Chip shortage, okay, all that stuff. People are not woke to that yet. So what I'm talking about may not even make sense to no one. But I've said it to others. I've said it so many times, it's starting to sound like a muddle. By the time it gets out there and everyone knows what's going on, they'll have heard it so many times by that time it's old. It seems like I'm the only one that people are like nodding their head like, yeah, we know, but okay. All right. So That'll be that. I lost my concentration. Basically, these parts are not available. These chips are getting changed out. So no use fighting. No use fighting over this stuff. Get your new stuff. Don't get those contracts because there won't be electronics for those. Still gotta approve that. So I gotta go up to the store and don't ask no questions because they don't know. They gonna be mad at me.